supporting Councillor Rob Vickery, and thanks to Rob Vickery and his family for donating that wonderful award from the Vickery family to be presented. And Glenn Morgan will certainly introduce you to Rob tonight. And thank you to Peter Eggleton and Chris Eggleton and all the wonderful stewards down there as well. Now, following that, folks, there's a lot of new stuff together tonight. And then we'll introduce you to a man. And just, to me, he's an absolute legend in Australia. Would you believe that he took out the single of the year, followed it up with the Heritage Song of the Year, and also the Song of the Year for Freedom Ride. Took out the Male Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, you name it, he's done it, Troy Cassar-Daley, then The Man from Snowy River, and then we have more Troy Cassar-Daley, a giveaway tonight, Showtime FMX, and then The Colours of the Outback, Parry Musical. So a big night coming up tonight, stay and enjoy it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, it's been a pleasure to work with this gentleman for many years now, and he is the voice of rodeos in Australia. And I would love you to give a big warm Sydney welcome tonight in the Spotless Stadium. Would you please put your hands together for the voice of Australian radio, Mr. Glenn Morgan.
Well, good evening, Sydney, and welcome to the 6th round of the State of Origin Rodeo Series here in the Spotless Arena between arch rivals New South Wales and Queensland. Now, over the past 13 days at this year's Sydney Royal Easter Show, rodeo has been a main attraction here at this time slot. Many of these competitors, they have contested for 13 consecutive nights from the time they started in the International Series against New Zealand right through until the State of Origin Championship finished tonight. Well, their bodies a little battered, a little bruised, but I can assure you they will put a show on tonight for everybody that's turned up here like never before. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get our rodeo series underway and welcome into the arena from north of our border, from that beautiful sunshine state of Queensland, led out by their team captain, Chris Williams, the Queensland Cowboys. Come on, Sydney, it's the last night, 14 nights of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and they're about to do battle and put their bodies on the line. And let's welcome into the arena the men from rural and regional areas of New South Wales. They're the pride of the Blue Guernsey. Let's welcome Robert Bendy and the New South Wales Blues. Well, these boys will compete here tonight in steer wrestling, bareback bronc riding, saddle bronc riding, and the most dangerous sport in the world, the sport of bull riding competition. Well, just before we do get underway with tonight's competition, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us all here tonight on the final night of our show, take the time and the opportunity to recognise a song that makes each and every one of us here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show realise how lucky we are to live in this magnificent nation of Australia. Can you please all be upstanding? And gentlemen, for a few moments, remove those hats. And I'd like to turn the microphone over to Jake Williamson from the Australian Institute of Music to sing our very own Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've gold and soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance, Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance, Australia fair.
Well, thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Cowboys of our State of Origin series a big final round of applause as we get set for rodeo action. Well, we welcome into the arena tonight our pickup riders, the Kelly boys from the Horton Valley of New South Wales, the brothers Peter and David Kelly, and what a tough fortnight they've had here in Sydney. Well, we start with the team's rodeo competition. It'll be the bareback bronc riding. From Proserpine, North Queensland, the 2015 state bareback riding champion, this will be Owen Lee. In this event, the competitors ride with a suitcase-type handle. He had the highest score here in the competition last night, a 77-point score. And it's time to ride for Queensland once again as we go in the bareback riding with a good horse called Mandy's Boy, Queenslander. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your round of applause and appreciation here tonight will be his only just reward for the state of Queensland. Well, 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 what a magnificent bucking horse from the Gary McPhee Rodeos team. In this event, it's an 8-second riding. And unfortunately, the Cowboy was bucked off before that 8-second siren. Well, that score last night of 77 points really got the judges' attention, but tonight it will not be a score in that round of the competition for State Queensland. Well, we just got to get this little horse's attention, get him back to that unsaddling enclosure before we can get ready to ride with our next New South Wales rider. Bareback riding is an event that requires a great deal of upper body balance and control. Riders endure a lot of pressure on their riding arm, their shoulder and body strength. Well, it's up to the New South Wales contestant, this time from Parkville, Andrew Clifford. Well, Andrew works as a mechanical engineer. Of course, he works in the mining country there in the Hunter Valley. Bengala Mining Group and New South Wales look to build a good start in the bareback riding. And boy, he's riding like his life depends on it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, New South Wales can be proud of the efforts of that man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the pickup riders do an amazing job to just get that young man's hand out of that bareback riding rigging. Well, it's unfortunate he was hung up momentarily. He did take a little pressure. We'll get to watch the replay of this on our big screen. Well, as he reached down, he double grabbed. Two hands went down on the competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if it's going to help ease that pain a little bit for the New South Wales rider, scores have come through for Andrew Clifford. Score of 76 points, ladies and gentlemen, 76 points. Well, it was a tough way in the office. Now, we do have a good team of paramedics, a first aid crew here, always do an amazing job, and certainly thank them for their ongoing support of the competitors in our sport of rodeo competition. Now, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's up on his feet. He will be okay. Folks, how about give him a big Sydney round of applause for the boy from New South Wales. 76 points, 76 points. 2 points for the team of New South Wales Riders, 76 points. Well, I said there would be a little pressure towards these contestants in the bareback bronc riding competition. Well, we're going to get set to go with our next contestant in the bareback bronc riding competition here tonight. Our eyes glued down to chute number 6. We're going to get ready to go with the next of our Queensland riders. This time, the contestant will be from Bowen. 22 years of age from the Exmoor Station. Travis Heeb. Qualified in the first round with a 77-point score. Round 3, 73. Has been the most consistent of the bareback riding competitors. Now, this is a nice little horse. Travis will like his style. Watch the spurring action for the North Queensland Circuit champion from Bowen. He'll circle back around to the right. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Hard riding spurring for the North Queensland champion. From a beautiful part of Australia, located out of Bowen, Travis Heeb. Now the pickup riders, their job moves in, pick up. Hey, folks, put your hands together for him. He's a long way from home, nearly 2,000 kilometres from Bowen in North Queensland. Well, the scores come through once again. We've got a score of 76 points, 76 for the Queensland champion Cowboys, 76. Well, our attention will shift back to the New South Wales team member, this time from Emerald Hill outside of Gunnedah. This is Ben Lees. Now, Ben was the winner of the second round of our series in the individual competition. He was 72 points. Round number 4, he was also a leader with a 75-point score. This young man works as a diesel fitter. Started his career around Raymond Terrace. Lives in the central west of New South Wales, and it's dark shadow time. Chasing 76 points or better for the New South Wales Blues. Well, as that siren sounds in the background, 14 nights enduring the bareback bronc riding has been a long 2 weeks in Sydney. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done your state proud from Emerald Hill, New South Wales. Ben Lees. Well, a score of 75 points, 75. That'll be 2 points to Queensland, 1 to the New South Wales team. 2 to Queensland, 1 to New South Wales in our bareback bronc riding competition. Well, it's back down to the third of the Queensland riders this time. This time from the Rose City of Warwick in Queensland. 20 years of age, Jake Andrews. Well, Joker's been Mr. Consistent. He may be the youngest in our event, but boy, he's been consistent. He was 66 points last night, 68 points the night before. And the horse that he's drawn, he will endeavour to ride. It's each time. 20 years of age, the youngest of the bareback riders from Warwick. That beautiful part, southeast Queensland. Oh yeah, nice little black and white horse, really lays that body back. Queensland looking to stay up for the 8-second siren. Hey, there it is, folks. Boy, talk about flamboyant. The suicide ride cowboy moving in. Oh, man. Peter Kelly moves in, gets that horse secured. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, put your hands together for Peter Kelly, our pickup rider. That's why he's the number 1 horseman in the land in the sport of rodeo competition. Well, the scores come through. Well, it's a 68-point score, Jake. 68 points for Queensland. These little horses, see how professional they are, folks? They walk back in, beautifully controlled and managed by our pickup team of riders, the Kelly boys. Well, down to the final of the New South Wales Riders. This time from Cobar in the western region of New South Wales. This is Mitch Tidyman. Mitch placed third in round 4 with a 73-point score. He was 73 the final night. And the horse that he's drawn, it's Savas. Once again, it is from the famous Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. Well, he's made that 8-second siren, the young boy from out in the western districts of Cobar. He was the 2015 Southern Zone Circuit bareback riding champion. Ladies and gentlemen, had a magnificent year last season. Waiting for the numbers to come through. 68 points. 68 points. So the situation is there. Both team members pick up 2 points for their team. Both competitors share the matchup. 68 points apiece in the balance ride of Rodeo, Queensland and New South Wales. Well, as we look to the big scoreboard, our spotless scoreboard at this stage, here in the final night of competition, it's Queensland 4, New South Wales 5. Our next event and competition you see here in the Rodeo Arena is what we call the dual steer wrestling. 2 competitors compete at the one team, riding the Australian quarter horses. Now this event, generally dominated by the bigger and stronger competitors in the sport of rodeo competition. In this event, competitors ride from a light system. There will be a red, amber and green light. When the green light flashes, the steers are released at the one time. Now representing New South Wales from Tamworth is Blake Hallam, our 2015 Australian champion. And from Dimbula, Queensland, Joel Hilditch. Well, they get down into the ground, they've got a shape up, twist, turn, and it's 2 points to New South Wales. Now the Dimbula champion from North Queensland gets 1 point for his team in that steer wrestling competition. Now the event we're watching is an event that was introduced into the sport of Australian rodeo back in around about the 1940s, where stockyards and fences were literally non-existent. Horsemen would go to the outback when cattle needed to be doctored and branded and treated. It was this way in which the horsemen, stockmen, would put those steers onto the ground. They would brand them, of course, get them ready for sale and muster. And, of course, in the steer wrestling competition, this day and age, competitors prefer to ride the Australian quarter horse. They're a very agile animal, probably the fastest in the equine industry. As their name applies, the quarter horse derives from the fact that they are the fastest horse on earth, over 250 metres, or in the old scale, a quarter of a mile. The quarter horse. Now, as we look to the next matchup in our competition, this time from Caboolture in Queensland, is Lockie O'Neill. Now, Lockie's dad, Terry O'Neill, was an Australian professional through the 70s and 80s. This young man has followed on with his brother in the sport of Australian rodeo competition. He was the 2012 champion, and it's New South Wales cowboy Glenn Chafe from Walgett gets him down, and boy, it's close there at the line, but it's going to be 2 points to New South Wales, 1 to Queensland. Mega seconds between both competitors. Lockie O'Neill was a long way down the arena, but boy, didn't he make some ground up when he got there. But it was millers of a second between Glenn Chafe and Lockie O'Neill. Well, it's been our big men. It's been the strong guys of New South Wales that have been prominent throughout the steer wrestling competition. From this event, we'll go to the saddle bronc riding. We've got another round of bulldogging, and the Brahman bull riding will wrap it up here tonight. The world's toughest event, the Brahman bull riding competition. Well, let's go down to the third matchup, and here's the guy from New South Wales, our 2015 Australian all-round champion. This is Heath Nichols from Scone in the Hunter Valley, 24 years of age. Quickest time this week was a 4.6, followed by a 5.6, 6.1 and a 6.03 for Heath Nichols. He takes on Riley Gibb, 20 years of age from Charters Towers. They go to the ground together and it's 2 points. 2 points to Queensland, ladies and gentlemen. 1 point to New South Wales. 2 points to the 20-year-old Riley Gibb. 1 point to New South Wales, Heath Nichols. But boy, this is shaping up for a great night of steer wrestling as we get ready to go with the buck and horse riding with saddle bronc riding. Well, we've had 2 of our 5 events, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the last night of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, it's a home ground advantage. The home crowd's got to try and bring the Blues home. The scores at this stage: Queensland 8, New South Wales 10 in our interstate teams competition. Well, as we come down to the chutes once again, we get ready to go with our next competition. And in this is going to be what we call and describe as the saddle bronc riding. Well, this is another of our early pioneering days rodeo competition. It was the end of many of the stock movements throughout the outback of Australia in Queensland and New South Wales, where horsemen, stockmen would gather at the end of a long day on the road with a mob of cattle, and they would tend to wager one another to see who was the best rider in the stock camp. And the only way that they could sort that problem out was to get on the roughest, toughest, wildest horse in what we call the stock camps. From that transformed into the modern day of rodeo competition, where stockmen on a weekend basis would go to the local rodeos, the fundraising events, and of course challenge each other in the sport of rodeo competition and saddle bronc riding. Well, it's the international rules that we see here in 2016. And the first contestant out tonight is the 2013 CRCA Central Queensland State Saddle Bronc Riding winner, Wade Seeds. Now, Wade makes his home in Barcaldine. Has had some good scores throughout the course of the week here in Sydney. And the horse that he's drawn, this is one of my favourite. Now, we saw Robert Bandy score 86 points on this little mare last night. It's called Cheyenne Top Girl. Now, she's big, she's black, and she's bold, and boy, she will kick right through the ceiling of the sunshine. It's Cheyenne Top Girl. Wade Seeds in the saddle. Ladies and gentlemen, that horse is brought to us by Gary McPhee and his lovely wife, Hannah, all the way from Benalla in Victoria. Let's put our hands together for the Queensland Saddle Bronc Riding Champion. And what about that horse from the McPhee Rodeo Company? What an amazing horse. She has been voted 3 times as the best bucking horse in Australia and proved it again here tonight. I'll get it. Just put it in the pocket. Well, now this is going to leave an opportunity right up for the New South Wales riders as we get set to go with the opposing team member. And we have to understand that these horses and riders have been here for 2 consecutive weeks at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and yet they still get to perform as they did on that occasion. Well, folks, this is going to be the ride of the night as we get ready to give him the accolades he deserves. Robert Bandy is the Australian team captain, and the horse that he's drawn, still a secret. Now, this horse is one of the roughest I've ever seen. Tell me if you agree with him, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Bandy, New South Wales team captain. He's going to have to bear down and hang on for all might and money. It's coming your way, Sydney. He's got him done. Keep moving. Look at. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our team captain of Australia, Robert Bandy. Well, 14 nights of the Sydney Royal Easter Show. The efforts are still good. It's a long, long week in Sydney. We'll catch up with a couple of words, Robert, before we go with our next contestant. But, man, it has been a tough week in Sydney. Well, folks, while I've got him here, Robert, you've led by example all week, mate. You've taken the rough ones, you've taken the tough ones, and your body's been hurting for about 4 nights. Is that right?
Yeah, we've been hurting for a couple of days, but all the other boys put their hand up, and I know they're hurting too, but they keep fronting up every day and doing their job, so who am I to disagree with them? I've got to go with them.
Well, you're probably not the youngest one in the team, but you're certainly the most experienced. Robert, all I can say, mate, all the support you deserve you get, because he started here 14 nights ago, rode for Australia, and he's still here with that blue Guernsey on for New South Wales. 78 points, ladies and gentlemen. He's our leader, New South Wales team captain, Robert Bandy. Well, we're going to go with the next of those Queensland contestants. Sam Knight, Take Me Easy. One of 2 brothers and his brother Tom work on a family station in the outback. It's time to go this time with the Queensland man. Well, got to reach for that 8-second whistle. They got him on the ground before the siren sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be a no score. Put your hands together for the boy, Sam Knight. Take Me Easy. Bucked off here once again. New South Wales get another opportunity. And you can see the way and these horses enjoy the job that they do, folks. They're bred on that property in Victoria by Mr. Gary McPhee. And you can see when they buck the rider off, they come to the unsaddling enclosure. They think, well, that was the easiest 8 seconds work I've got to do for a fortnight. I won't turn up for probably another 3 weeks, but boy, what a way to make a living. Well, let's get set to go with the New South Wales rider, Brock Harris. Contract musterer, based on a family station out at Wilcannia. 33 years of age. Kid ridiculous. Getting down in that saddle, getting set, ready to ride. New South Wales, we're going to need some support, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cheer him on. From Wilcannia, New South Wales, Brock Harris. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's not the youngest by any means in our sport, but man, he's on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time at the Sydney Royal Eastern Show. Man, he would be delighted to see the 14th day in Sydney. Brock Harris from Wilcannia. What it's going to do, it'll give it a 2-point pick-up in the team's competition for New South Wales. $71 points, Brock, 71 points, but most important for their team, it'll be a 2 points for their opportunity. Well, if ever Queensland needed a positive ride in the competition, here's the man to do it. This time from a little town called Texas on the New South Wales-Queensland border. This is Chris Williams. Runner-up Australian saddle bronc riding champion some 3 years ago. Contestant just measuring that rein, getting set to get in that saddle. Well, you can see they're prompt, ready to ride here in the final nights of competition. Everyone excited, everyone knows the tension's building, and no more than this guy, the captain of the Queensland Cowboys, Chris Williams. 2 nights ago, won the round of saddle bronc riding. It was round number 4 in our competition. Chris set the scores right up there with a 70-point effort in the competition on that occasion. Cajun Man is a horse that'll give him every opportunity. He'll bob his head. He'll get to a straightaway jumping and kicking pattern. Chris Williams now. Let's see what the Queensland captain can do in our competition. Well, there's that siren, Chris. He's weathered the storm here in Sydney. The team captain of their state has once again made the siren as the pickup men put him onto the ground. Chris Williams from that tiny border town of Texas. Well, our judge is scoring 1 to 25 points for the livestock, 1 to 25 points for the horse. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 78 points for Queensland, 78 points for Chris Williams, 78. Well, that's going to put a little pressure on our final of the New South Wales Riders. The 78 points set in the competition by Chris Williams and Robert Bandy in individual component. Well, let's go down to the final of the bronc riders for New South Wales. Danny Swaddling from Currabubula. Danny, a family man. He's a beautiful wife, and he live on their property there in Currabubula. And this is Corion Kid. Danny is a specialist in saddle bronc riding. He works in the equine industry as a saddler by profession. And there it is, that siren in the background, Danny. He has done everything throughout the course of the Sydney Royal Easter Show. We represented Australia, now the state of New South Wales. Hey, that's his final ride for 2016, Danny Swaddling. $72 points, Danny, 72. So with the match-up on that particular occasion, it will be 2 points that we handed out to the Queensland team captain, Chris Williams, and 1 point allocated here tonight to New South Wales. Well, as we go back to the second heat, this is our second and final heat of the big men in rodeo competition. Round number 2, section number 2 of the steer wrestling competition. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this may be our quietest and smallest crowd of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, but there's no reason that we can't make a lot of noise. Hey, let's look to the spotless scoreboard. Queensland 10, your team in front of their home crowd, New South Wales 15. Well, let's go to the final time after the 6th and final series matchup. Steer wrestling, Riley Gibb from Charters Towers, the young 20-year-old fencing contractor, takes on our 2015 Australian champion from Tamworth, Blake Hallam. Well, in this competition, the contestants ride from behind that barrier. Watch without lights as they turn green. The gates are on, the Cowboys are out. Queensland down early, New South Wales look for it. It is 2 points to Queensland. 2 points to Riley Gibb. He gets it done here in this final section of the steer wrestling competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the youngest of our steer wrestlers from the state of Queensland with me. Hey, Riley, it's been a tough week here in Sydney, 2016.
Yeah, we've done it tough this week, but the boys have brought the spirit tonight and we're bringing it home.
Well, I tell you what, you've done a great job here tonight yourself. You've bulldogged like your dad has for 20-odd years, and you must be very proud to be doing well here in the final night.
Yeah, I hope Dad's proud. He bet he wishes he was here, but we'll be right.
You'll fly the flag for him, I'll bet you. The Riley Gibb, ladies and gentlemen, the young man from Charters Towers in North Queensland. Well, you see it on the big screen. Riley Gibb just out-muscled the New South Wales contestant in Blake Hallam. Well, let's get ready to go with the next of our Queensland matchups. They're hanging in like Queensland do. Well, from Dimbula, Queensland. Now, that's a little town just outside of Mareeba on the top side of Cairns. Joel Hilditch takes on the 2012 national champion from Fairfield Station, Walgett, Glen Chafe. Now the gates are on. Once again, the Queenslanders are out good. So New South Wales, they get to the ground. Queensland's got to shape up. Joel Hilditch looking to get him rolled out. Hang on there. Hey, Sydney, hang on to him. And it is 2 points to New South Wales. Queensland got to hang in there, Joel. Not going to be good enough, ladies and gentlemen. How about a consolation round of applause for the boy from Queensland, Joel Hilditch. Well, you look at some of the cowboy limps. The body's battered here this week, these guys, as I said. Many of them started here nearly 2 weeks ago in this arena, competed for Australia, and now for their various states. And, of course, they're going to need a few days off before next weekend. Well, our third and final matchup before we go with the bull riding competition should well be the matchup of the round. We've got the 2014 Australian steer wrestling champion from Scone, Heath Nichols. Now, Heath works as a livestock agent. He works with a livestock company called McCallum & Inglis. He takes on the Cowboy 2012-2013 Queensland State Champion Lockie O'Neill. Now, once again, the light system will start both competitors at the one time. It's easy to follow. Quickest man to catch Rolly steer with 4 feet in the one direction will pick up the team points. New South Wales versus Queensland. Heath Nichols lands good, shapes up, and New South Wales dominant once again here tonight in a steer wrestling competition. Cool, consistent, versatile, the words that come to my mind, and they have done the state team proud. Well, one single event left to ride here tonight, and what an event we've got for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome into the arena the unsung heroes in the sport of Australian bull riding. They're the Professional Protection Clowns. Let's welcome in for their 14th appearance in the Spotless Arena, Mr. Warren Norton and Brodie Moss. 14 consecutive nights these guys have faced off in the world's toughest sport. Hey, Warren, 14 nights, still all in one piece?
Yeah, still here and still loving it, Glenn.
You know, I expect that from you because you're an 8 times Australian champion. But the young bloke here, you're offside of Brodie Moss. Brodie, first time at the Sydney Royal Easter Show in this role?
Yeah, first time, Glenn.
And I tell you what, you've been with Australia's best. Of course, you're his understudy and doing an amazing job. Got to commend you. You've been right amongst the humps and horns and bulls all week.
Yeah, it's been great, Glenn, and to be around Woz and work with him, it's been just a real good deal. To be in Sydney Show, it's been a great deal for us.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a pleasure to have these fine athletes with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to give them the biggest round of applause you can. Their job is to act as decoys, and you watch them throw their bodies between bulls and cowboys. Hey, folks, are you ready for bull riding? Hey, listen, honestly, this is the last night that you'll see bull riding in Sydney for 2016. I think you deserve to make a little more noise. Are you ready for bull riding? Well, we're going to bring you Queensland State Champion of 2015, Jack MacArthur, from a little town called Cooya, Queensland, in the southeast Queensland Rumble. This young man at 20 years of age, the youngest or the second of the youngest bull riders in their team. They've got 19-year-old, 20-year-old. They're the next generation, the next breed of Queenslanders representing their state here tonight. Well, the bull is called, affectionately known, Just for Fun. Well, it's for fun here tonight for this young man. He stands over 6'1" tall, this guy. He's a machine, a bull riding sensation. He won 2 rounds of the competition last far, but not tonight. Man, it was quick out of there. He was flat, he was fast, and boy, it all unfolded a little too quick for Jack on that occasion. That will be disappointing for his team effort. Just really got on his pockets that first jump out. But I guess 14 nights can take its toll in bull riding. Well, we'll just try and get that little bull from the arena, try and get his concentration. Man, he's got it. He's got Brodie Moss lined up. We'll just try and get a couple of his travelling partners, get him familiar with that unsaddling enclosure. You can understand when you've got a bull that weighs close to 1,000 kilos, you don't need more than one in the arena at any one time. Well, as we turn our attention down to the next contestant, ladies and gentlemen, he needs no introduction to the sport of bull riding in Australia. This is Chris Lowe, affectionately known in the rodeo fraternity as Freddie. 3 nights ago, his highest score at the show was 88 points. He was the 2013 PBR Professional Bull Riding Champion of Australia. He represented our nation at the world's biggest event in Las Vegas, Nevada, where they rode for $5 million on that season. This guy is a superstar in bull riding. He has certainly served New South Wales proud. He and his wife and their young family make their home in Bareback in North New South Wales. Has ridden and represented New South Wales on 6 different occasions at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And the bull that he's drawn tonight, it's Mr. Too Good. Situation is, with an 8-second ride, he can further extend the New South Wales lead by another 2 points. Nothing better in front of the home crowd on the last night of Sydney to keep the roll on, keep the positive mood. Chris Lowe, you can see on the big screen as he tries to position his body forward. Time to ride, Sydney. Chrissy Lowe in action. Well, he came down a little awkward. That's a little disappointing, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause for his efforts? Man, that wasn't pretty. He was tough, he was rough, and he did not give him an opportunity. Well, it's a disappointing way to finish the bull riding competition. Man, Mr. Too Good was just too good on that occasion. Well, the last couple of nights we've not seen any scores in the bull riding competition. The bulls have been dominant, and they are extending that lead so far. They've got 2 strikes against their names here in this round of our competition. Well, let's get ready to go with the next of our Queensland contestants. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next contestant we welcome from Townsville is Braden Welby. Now, this young man is only 19 years of age. He's a 2nd-generation bull riding champion. His dad, of course, Brian, represented this Queensland state for many years through the 90s. His mum, Lorraine, is a state roping champion. Comes into this event as one of the rising stars. He represented Australia back at the start of our show, and he won 2 of the 4 rounds in the international series with rides of 82 and 80 points consecutive. Braden Welby represented Australia last year in the United States of America at the National Student World Finals in the USA. The bull's name? This is a bull called Blood and Bone. Well, they've got all different names, various characteristics. And you can understand most 19-year-old boys most of them still at school. This guy's been on the Australian rodeo circuit for 2 years, and he's already embarked on an international career. Well, thus far, New South Wales have been dominant in the rough stock events. Still looking to get our first score in the bull riding competition. Just trying to get that leg down either side, trying to get his position over the point of that bull riding road. Well, once again, that bull just trying to distract him is laying on his leg. Judges are watching with anticipation. What they generally do is give a rider 3 opportunities. Now, he's had 2 at this stage. And, of course, the judges will say, well, you've got 1 more opportunity, or otherwise another head of stock will be selected. Braden Welby just trying to go through that preparation. Well, we might just have to come back to young Braden a little bit later. We're certainly having a little trouble. The judges are going to give him another option. They're going to move another ball up for him, I do believe. He's given him 3 opportunities, and that's the way in which it works. I knew it wouldn't be far from a call. Once we'll go with our next matchup of bull riders from Queensland, we will get ready to go with Bud Williamson. Well, there's a little story about this guy, folks. He's 29 years of age. He was born and raised in a town called Ayr in North Queensland. At 26 years of age, he left Australia for the international professional circuit in USA. Now, Bud Williamson bought a property. He bought a little house in a place called Stevensville, Texas, and that's where he has been located for the last 3 years. He's a former North Queensland bull riding champion, and the bull that he takes on tonight, it's Bo, once again, from the Gary McPhee Rodeo Company. Bud Williamson, lean, mean bull riding machine. Come on, Bud, let's get it on. Get around that corner, cowboy. Keep it riding. Gets down to the inside, and it's Warren Norton that gets in. Ladies and gentlemen, the effort was there. It was 10 for 10 for effort. Just not the completion factor that Bud Williamson would have liked. The effort was solid. It was good and strong. Woohoo! Just got to get his bearings right. They do an amazing job, these guys. And unfortunately for Bud Williamson, another falling victim in our bull riding competition. Well, it looks like we're going to go back to New South Wales from Braidwood. In the Southern Highlands for our next contestant, this is Tim Amy. Well, Tim was our 2015 Southern State Bull Riding Champion. Accrued more points and prize money on the Southern Zone circuit than any other competitor in the bull riding competition. He's a 4-year veteran of the New South Wales bull riding team. And the bull that he takes on tonight, it's Broken Promises. Well, we're looking for our first score, Timmy. Let's hope you can deliver for Team Australia. New South Wales Braidwood bull riding champion Sydney, come alive. Oh, no! Well, it was a broken promise at the 6.8 mark. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, Sydney. A big round of applause for the boy from Braidwood, Tim Amy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come down to the third of our contestants from Bull Riding Team Queensland. This will be Braden Welby. Well, this is his final opportunity, the third of the Bull Riding Team from State Queensland. And this time he takes on Toro Tricks. Well, once again, one of the high-ranked bulls in the competition, and it will take a mighty effort for this young 19-year-old contestant from Townsville in North Queensland. Already tonight, awarded 1 re-ride. He'll take that adjustment. Okay, gates are back. It's time to ride, Queenslander. Hey, come on, Sydney. Come on, Braden Welby from Townsville. First ride in 3 nights of the competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we may have our first score in the competition here for several nights for the State Queensland team. Well, ladies and gentlemen, scores come through. It is official. 75 points for Queensland. 75 for the young man from Townsville, 19 years of age. Braden Welby. Well, we're going to get ready to go with the next of our contestants, 21 years of age this time, from Horton Valley. Comes from the 7 generations of rodeo family, the Gill brothers. This is Jackson Gill. Well, Jackson was a 2012 Junior Australian Professional Bull Riding Champion. Moved into the senior ranks in the recent 2 years of competition. And through his injury earlier in the week, he's taken an alternate position. Came in to fulfill as a substitute that was hurt in the 3rd round of competition, Jackson Gill. Well, at this point of time, New South Wales in a commanding lead for the overall series. Would be lovely to finish with a high score and a great ride here on the final night of competition. Moves up onto that bull riding robe, looking to secure a good victory here for the state of New South Wales. Just trying to get that leg down, get squared up in the competition. You can see him just a little flat, just not happy with the start at this point. Now we're getting close. Watch him nod his head. It's time to go bull riding. Come on, Jackson. Keep it up, New South Wales. Well, ladies and gentlemen, watch the replay of this on the big screen. Great start for the New South Wales contestant. Got a little out of shape. Now watch this. This is where it can get very, very dangerous. 900 kilos of bull takes him on in the competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just take these cattle back to the unsaddling enclosure. We'll get ready for the presentations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure tonight here in the Spotless Arena to announce not only the winners of tonight's series of the competition, but the overall state champions. State of Origin Series for 2016, the roughest and toughest rodeo event in our nation, was taken out by the pride and joy of country and regional New South Wales, the Cowboys and Horsemen of this great state in the blue. Let's hear it for Robert Bandy and New South Wales, our 2016 state champions of the State of Origin Series. And of course, congratulations to Robert, the Queensland competitors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring into the arena tonight Mr. Rob Vickery from the Royal Agricultural Society. Mr. Vickery would like to present that shield, please, to the team captains. And ladies and gentlemen, these guys, the comradeship has been nothing but exceptional, and these guys, they rodeo together week in and week out, and it has been a magnificent series for 2016. I'd like to, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to, at this point of time, hand the microphone over to a man that has been instrumental for as many years as I've been at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. He has helped put this event together, the State of Origin Rodeo Series, and he's the backbone of rodeo here in Sydney Royal Easter Show, Mr. Rob Vickery. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Glenn. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful competition over 6 nights. Congratulations to New South Wales. It's a very hard-fought competition, and as you can see, the boys get busted around a bit on wonderful livestock supplied by the contractors, McPhee's and Gill Brothers, for the final. And you won't see a better rodeo anywhere in Australia than what we put on at the Sydney Show, and it's a privilege to the RAS to see such a great array of young riders. It's just a pity that the girls couldn't continue the barrel race due to the ground breaking up, but hopefully next year. So congratulations to Robert Brandy and the New South Wales boys for a great win.
And Robert, if you'd like to come forward for a few moments, and Mr. Vickery will present that trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Robert Bandy, the captain of the New South Wales Blues. Victory here tonight for 2016. The Horsemen, the Stockmen, and the Cowboys from the Outback. Rob might like to say a few words on behalf of your team here this weekend.
Yeah, myself, I'd just like to thank New South Wales boys for the effort they've put in this week. It's been very good, strong effort by them all. Queenslanders, thank you very much. Yous are always a good team to go up against, but it's always good to beat yous too, especially to keep yous 6-0 the last 2 years. That means a fair bit to me. So thanks, boys, and we'll see yous again next year, and we'll go through again. Thanks to the Sydney show and all the contractors and the pickup men and everyone for all their support. So thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can understand, the Cowboys of Australian Rodeo, very humble, but certainly very strong with their efforts here this weekend. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this 14 nights of rodeo entertainment. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we certainly look forward to it as of tomorrow, coming back here to the Sydney Royal Easter Show in 2017. Till then, enjoy the rest of the show, enjoy your night here in Sydney, and we'll see you back here next year. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll have a few words shortly from our sponsors on the big screen.